In today's news, Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, is by far the most corrupt person within the Biden administration. Dare I say all of America, but is this due to his sheer incompetence, his greed for power, or is it because of his intelligence? Maybe he has been playing 4D chess all this time while we have been playing checkers. Gary Gensler recently appeared on Bloomberg where he stated that this is a field where the leading lights from a couple years ago are either in jail, about to go to jail, or waiting extradition. And in the words of John Deaton, as the person who literally sued the SEC on behalf of tens of thousands of small investors, I can state with 100% conviction that Gary Gensler and the SEC has caused more harm to investors than any other person or entity during the last several years. And what Gensler fails to disclose is that he personally met twice with the Bernie Madoff of crypto and Sam Bankman-Fried of FTX and has yet to turn over all the notes and documents related to those private meetings. And in some fighting talk as well from John Deaton, he states that Gary Gensler he states to Gary Gensler that if you hated me before when I was a private citizen working for free, then you're going to loathe me when I'm the US Senator taking over Elizabeth Warren. And Gary Gensler's losses just keep piling up, as Ripple Chief Legal Officer Stuart Oldrotty posted another court slamming against the SEC, this time for unlawfully rescinding a rule on proxy adversary firms without adhering to the Administrative Procedure Act. The court has explained that Gensler personally directed this illegal move, which is absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, whatever self-motivating podcast he must listen to always think that you are right when you're evidently always wrong. I need some of that in my life, because evidently he is delusional. Gensler's days are numbered, as he's even complaining that he's not being taken seriously anymore in his remarks and that people are giggling at him.
The reason why
I say this and you giggle, but this is a serious thing. These are a lot of folks that are not living within our securities laws.
Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse posted that if Gary Gensler really was working for the American people, as he says he is, then he would have been fired a long time ago, and that Gensler will be the cause to Joe Biden losing this incoming election. All across the crypto industry, in the courts of law, everybody everywhere is calling Gary Gensler the most corrupt person in the Biden administration, and that's a very high bar. Seemingly fueled by greed for power and backed by Elizabeth Warren's authoritarian drive to monitor all citizens' transactions, the SEC is now a bad faith rogue agency. But maybe, just maybe, this was all a part of his plan or his role in a greater plan. Maybe he's a piece of a larger game of chess that's being played right now, considering that you should know by now from all my previous videos that anything regarding money, this shift in the new financial system, it has all been pre-planned decades and decades ago. Ripple's takeover was pre-planned decades ago. Firstly, I want to bring your attention to this video here from XRP Drops, highlighting something the digital asset investor mentioned, showcasing two clips which he highlights the possibility from Ripple to pay their fine to the SEC in XRP, which, should that come to fruition, then Gary Gensler and his SEC would have made a hell of a lot of money in the future should XRP reach its true value, not 50 cents in the thousands. Take a listen.
Let's even say they had to pay $1 billion fine.
Right.
What do you think they're going to pay that fine in?
XRP.
Right. So the cartel's like, we wanted 50% of the XRP in the beginning. If you had just given us half like we asked, then we wouldn't have given you a hard time. But you didn't really want to be controlled by the mob, so you said no. But now at the end of it, we're still going to take our cut if you would like us to get out of the way and let you do your thing.
Folks, you can see the writing on the wall. Does anybody remember this? This was Jeremy Hogan a long time ago, back when this lawsuit was going on. I put this out in February of 2023, but I think that he recorded this even before that, during the lawsuit. Listen to this.
And if Ripple is nervous about the potential outcome of the case, I can even see them agreeing to pay a percentage of any sales of the escrowed XRP, or if you want to get really deep state thinking, Ripple could even agree to confiscation of a certain amount of the escrowed XRP to the state. Now,
confiscation of some of the escrowed XRP to the state. In other words, pay the SEC off, the mafia, pay them off with XRP. Let them confiscate some of the XRP. Was this what it was always about, folks?
Now, of course, this is first referencing when the SEC asked for $2 billion in damages from Ripple, which of course now has been drastically reduced down to $103 million and is still being negotiated. But again, it does make you wonder and ask the bigger question on what Gensler's true intentions are, or what his role in this whole thing's meant to be. Yes, seemingly he's driven by greed for money and power, but what if there's something more to it? What if he's played the most critical role in this chess game to keep XRP's price low, allowing them to continue spreading their adoption and influence all over the world, and allowing these institutions to invest in XRP at a bargain price of just 50 cents? Or what if he knew that the BRICS were attempting to decouple from the dollar and the SWIFT system, and therefore the only way to keep some sort of relation between the BRICS nation and the Western world is by seemingly abandoning Ripple and XRP, allowing Ripple therefore to become deeply ingrained into the BRICS nations and their systems, and then XRP could be used as a bridging asset between the East and the Western world? Or what if what he really wants, or what the end game is meant to be, is the XRP revolution? Because, as confirmed in this interview with Thomas Pica, in the near future, Ripple will announce 3 major banks that are now prospects for Ripple.
2 major prospects. I cannot name it, but hopefully you will read it in the press in the near future. They both of them, and I was really surprised, actually it's 3, and these are real positively meant monsters of banks.
We can see here from the Crypto Barbie that the Federal Bank of India partnered with Ripple to accelerate cross-border remittances, and this bank is a pioneer in India's banking sector because it digitizes all its branches in the country. Again, India, BRICS and XRP. We can see numerous documentations here from Smoke showcasing Ripple's connection to Saudi Arabia, another member of the BRICS alliance, and how Ripple's blockchain technology was utilized by the world's largest Islamic banks to conduct safe cross-border payments. The Russian Federation has just about completed their 4th industrial revolution from 2020 to 2024, so 2025 next year will be the start of the 5th one, which will be very, very interesting, one with Ripple and XRP.
And implement it concretely at large scale within the Russian Federation from 2020 to 2024. So these 4 years of already implementation of artificial intelligence solution, robotic solution, concrete move toward automation, digitalization, what some observer may call the 4th industrial revolution, a term that is.
XRP will play its role, as will the RLUSD, complementing and adding to each other, and the BRICS are going to play a big part in this.
Do you think that XRP could play a key role in this?
Absolutely. I mean, there's no question about it. And I know that XRP has, if I'm not mistaken, they are working. If I'm not mistaken, I think Saudi Arabia signed a contract with them. Is that true? So you have a lot of
Ripple. Yes.
Yes. And so you have a lot of countries in the Southern Hemisphere who understand this. And if you realize, and to your point where you talk about everyone having their own central bank digital currency, see, that's where everyone missed it. They were looking for a common currency, a common reserve currency, but they don't need to do that. They will allow, see, the whole concept of BRICS, Rasan, is cooperation, right? No one is in there with coercion. Everyone is in there because they want to be, and they are not beholden to one another. But if you have a common settlement currency, which has a backing of gold and a backing of these currencies in the basket of those member countries, you have a certain amount of responsibility to keep your monetary and fiscal house in order and to keep enough gold. And you have the autonomy of being your own currency and the ability to trade with one another in your own local currencies, digital, over the bridge, and to settle in a common settlement unit. Now, where XRP fits into that, you have a better understanding than I do. But I will simply say this, that there is no question in my mind that if you want this to work, you have to have transparency, and you have to have veracity and immutability and a backing. So that backing is gold. We know that. And it's interesting, if you look at the way the name of the accounts that gold is held in every central bank, it's called the gold revaluation account. That's on their balance sheet.
With the BRICS growing in power, the final judgment looming, and with Gary Gensler taking another defeat again and again, defeat after defeat, XRP's revolution is inevitable. So remember, don't look short term, think long term, and I'll see you in the next one.